now that the farm doesn't have any money, better get back to work and get one of these fields planted with some crop in it, down to $94 in the bank account. Spent all the money on fertilizer, but it's going to be neat. It's going to be well worth it. Let's go ahead and turn on our fertilizer. Hopefully it doesn't use too much. Then I'll get to cultivating the field, and then we'll plant some crop in it. What can I plant in it? Soybean or canola, I guess, is probably my only choice. I mean, I could put like wheat, barley, or oats in here, but I don't have no way to pick up straw yet still. I think we'll have to stick with an oilseed kind of a crop. But this will definitely help out our production on the field. Hopefully I get some time to get rid of those weeds around that tree. But $94, yeah. Not a whole lot of cash to go out and just spend it on stuff. Don't think I even... there's nothing in the store I could buy for $94. That's for darn sure. But this fertilizer should last us a while with the 3 fields that we have. Yeah, I think we will go ahead and plant some soybeans down, probably in both fields. This one here and the one behind the cabin. Just need to go ahead and get them both fertilized. Both got to be cultivated and then seeded. And then I can take the rest of the day off, but it's probably going to take me the rest of today just to go ahead and do that. Alright, make sure I get every little piece that I can, because it'll annoy me if I don't. Don't think I'll run out of fertilizer. Heck, I've hardly used any of it so far. I mean, I did have about $4,000 in the bank account, but went ahead and spent it all on fertilizer. I should get my money back, though, in a couple days. When it comes time to harvest this stuff. Yeah, it's not good having just $94 in the bank account, though, so... But we do have another field that should be ready tomorrow at some point. Yeah, I wasn't going to do the other field, but you know what? Since I'm already here, let's go ahead and start cultivating this field. And that way we can go ahead and seed it. I did top off the seed roll with the seed that we have down at the store. Let's go ahead and lower that down. And this, we'll get that fertilizer into the ground, and then when I go to seed it, we'll get 2 stages of fertilization. The field's been lined. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be a good crop here in a couple days. Like I said, I think definitely we'll be putting down some soybean here. I would like to put down like sunflower or something, but I don't have a header in the combine for that. Nope, that's the wrong button. Lift up the cultivator. There we go. I don't really need to cultivate the field to seed it, but I will need to cultivate it in order for the second stage of fertilization to take effect. So that is the only reason why we're cultivating it today. Plus, it's probably good anyway, seeing that this is a brand new field. The plow loosens up the soil, and the cultivator just helps loosen up just a little bit more, and then when we go over it with the seed roll, should be really good soil to plant in by then. Nice and loose, the seed should go in relatively at the right depth that we need. And the only thing I need to do now is start saving up some cash so we can buy more equipment for the farm. Definitely something to do with the weeds. Yeah, the field over in front of the cabin does not look the best with all those weeds sticking up there. But nothing we can do about it. I do have that hand weeder, but I'm definitely going to get more money for my time by prepping this field and getting some seeds into it. Only 1:30 in the afternoon, so I have gotten through this field pretty quickly, actually cultivating the fertilizer in and loosening up the soil even more for a seed roll for its first crop in this field ever. Well, at least ever since I've been here. Then I think we'll go up to the other field and get that one all taken care of. And then we'll come back down here and start seeding. I did top off the seed roll earlier. I went down to the store with the spreader and filled it with fertilizer, and I thought, well, I might as well bring down the seed roll with it and top off the seed roll with seed, because I don't know how much seed this field's going to take. Luckily, our wind turbine has brought in another $500, so the bank account's looking a little bit better. So if I have to buy more seed, I might have enough cash by the time I need some. But I am hoping after we harvest this field in a couple days and the other fields in the same amount of time, I can get enough cash to maybe get some narrow tires for this tractor, so I don't have to fertilize, then cultivate, and then seed. I can just seed, wait for the crop to grow to the first growth stage, and then fertilize again to save myself some time. A weeder might take a while before we can afford that. I guess all depends on how much money we get from the crop. Alright, so this here is going to need to be fertilized first. Has a good working width on this thing, that's for darn sure. I did have a little bit of lime in the spreader from previous fields, and I kind of spread some on the field in front of the cabin just to get rid of it. We only had 100 liters in it, so not a whole lot. So yeah, I could have got by with just basically one pallet of fertilizer. But it's not like I'm not going to use it. I'll be using it in the future for sure. And so if all goes well in a couple days with all these 3 fields that we'll be harvesting and selling the crop right away, hopefully I can get enough cash to be able to afford narrow tires for the tractor. And probably I'm going to need definitely a front loader for this thing, because we're going to have pallets for eggs. I needed to load pallets of fertilizer and seed into my implements. And then maybe buy a weeder in the future. I'm definitely not going to be hand weeding any fields anytime soon, like I said before. And I'm so excited about doing the fields, I've kind of skipped lunch. So I think after I do this field here, I don't need the fertilizer spreader or the cultivator. So I'll put those into the shed, and I'll go into the cabin and have a quick snack. I have just a few amount of groceries left over that they've been bringing me, but mostly I got eggs. I think I got one more can of tomato soup that they had in the grocery bag, so probably end up having that. Just a quick lunch. I need to get back out here. I want to seed these fields as quickly as I can today to get them seeded and get going. So in a couple days time they're ready. I don't want to waste not seed them today, this afternoon. And then I'm just wasting hours that the crop cannot be growing. And I don't think I'm going to expand any more fields for a little while. I think I just need to maintain these 3 fields that I have and go from there. Start saving up some money. Maybe if I get free time, I will maybe make another field. But it's getting to the point of if I start making another field, I'm starting to get more fields than I can handle and the rotation time that I have. So it'll be start thinking of bigger equipment. But I don't have all the equipment I need to start with, so yeah, I need a weeder, I need a front loader for this thing. And then at some point, maybe even start getting a baler, but that's a baler. Boy, those are expensive. Those are really expensive. And I keep fighting with myself because I know everything's expensive. In order, the only way to get the money is sell crop. And the only way to get more crop is probably make more fields. But yeah, I'm not sure. Let's focus on these 3 fields for a couple rotations, maybe. Probably wasn't my best idea to make a field that close to the rock, but I was trying to make the field as big as I could, and not planning when I was working in it and doing rows that I would have a hard time. I shouldn't say a hard time, but a difficult time getting around the rock when working with it. I guess I could do some paths the other way, but right now I'm making it work. So somewhere around 3:30, I should be able to start seeding some of these fields after I have a quick lunch. That should get me all the way until almost evening hours. And then tomorrow, I'm thinking the field in front of the cabin might be ready for harvest. Maybe not first thing in the morning, but some point during the day tomorrow. So I will have some time in the morning to figure out what I want to do. Maybe I will make a 4th field. I'll have to drive around and figure it out. But I also need to start planning on cutting down some trees so I can go ahead and put up the new cabin that I want to put up. We'll have to take care of this little piece right here because that rock is just too much of a hassle. But the yields should be a lot better than it was the first time we harvested the field. Now that it's been lined, they'll have both stages of fertilization. Same thing with the other field. Of course, that'll be the first harvest in that field. The biggest of the 3. Yeah, so I think maybe tomorrow morning I'll get up, drive around, and see where I can put another field. I mean, there's going to be plenty of places. But it might be time to really put down a huge field somewhere. It'll take me forever with the equipment that I got, but that's fine. I won't need to rush it. I'm in no need to rush anything, really. Just taking my time here. Keeping myself busy. That's all I can do. Alright, last pass. And there we go. Alright. Let's bring this equipment back. I'm going to put it into the shed. We'll run into the cabin. Have a quick lunch. Get right down and start seeding the big field first. I don't know if I got enough seed for everything, but I'm starting to get enough cash from the wind turbine that if I need some seed, I might be able to afford to go down and buy another bag. But the one thing I'm starting to see is shed space I'm starting to get a little bit low on. There's that, and we don't need the spreader for anything. Definitely want to put that under cover as well. I guess I can put that in front of the cultivator. I got the room, but I was hoping to be able to put the seeder there. But beggars can't be choosers. My big butt can't fit through here. There we go. Alright. Go ahead and turn the tractor off. We're doing fine on fuel. I might need a... Well, I would like to have a good wash. Wait a minute. The flag is up in the mailbox. Was that up this morning and I missed it? Well, better go ahead and check to see what's in here. I need your help on one of my farms. When you get to the other farm, instructions will be in the mailbox. Be near the front door at 10 a.m. and your transportation will be here. Just jump on in. Don't be chicken. Well, there's that don't be chicken thing again. What the heck's with don't be chicken? But someone's going to come pick me up tomorrow? I'm actually going to get to meet someone? That makes me a little bit nervous and excited at the same time. Oh, wow. Yeah, someone's going to pick me up at 10 a.m. Alright, so that means tomorrow I'm not going to have any time to work in the fields around here, which is fine. I'm more excited about meeting someone. Wow, now I'm feeling all these emotions of excitement, anxious, nervous. But I don't know what they mean. They just wrote, just jump on in, don't be chicken. I mean, what do they pick me up in? I don't know. I need to go in and have lunch. And I'll ponder over as I start seeding the fields in a little while. It's 3 o'clock, so hopefully I can have this tomato soup here in just a half an hour. Well, with lunch being done, let me go ahead. I should put the mailbox flag down so I know it's been taken care of. All right, so it's 20 of 4 in the afternoon. Yeah, it's kind of, my back is hurting a little bit. There's no table to eat on in there, so I got to lean over onto the counter and eat the tomato soup right out of the can. Yeah, so tomorrow not only do I get to meet someone, I'm going to another farm apparently. It's going to be interesting, that's for darn sure. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get these. Better get both these fields planted. I was thinking, well, if I don't get them both done today, there ain't no big deal. I got tomorrow morning if all else fails. But now I don't. There we go. Get that all settled up. Looks like I'm set on soybeans, so we're all set there. Let's put that down. And put some crop back in. Yeah, getting that wind turbine fixed the first day I was here, that was a stroke of luck in a way for the farm, just because I don't want to say it's free money, but it's income coming in. And every little bit does help for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just all, my mind's stuck on 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. I can't wait to see this person that's picking me up. And the best thing is I don't even know where the heck I'm going. Once again, more questions, no answers. But hopefully the person when I talk to him tomorrow on the way over to the other farm, I'll get some answers. I'll have to think of how I want to ask my questions, I guess. I might have to go back down to the store and top off the seed roll. Well, I say top off. I don't think I got much seed left in that bag down there. May have to get some more, but luckily enough, the windmill has brought me in enough cash to where I think I can go ahead and afford the purchase of another bag if I need to. Hoping the bag that I have down there has enough to finish out the field behind the cabin. I got enough to finish this field. Oh, this is going to be a good harvest in a couple days and bring in enough cash to the farm to hopefully make some purchases. I really don't need the front loader right away though. It would be good to have. I don't know how long the store is going to keep that tractor out there with the front loader on it. If they move that somewhere else or do whatever they do with it, I won't have a way to fill up my implements. So I hate having to keep relying on that tractor being out there. Yeah, better get the front loader first, because I don't know. I don't want to be left without a way to load up my implements. I would like to save enough cash to go ahead and get a weeder, but I don't think I'll have enough cash to do that anyways. And fertilizer, I should have enough fertilizer to do the field behind the cabin. Alright, so I got about a couple more hours of daylight left. Better get down to the store quickly. Hopefully the tractor is out there, so I can take the rest of my bag of seed, and hopefully it's enough seed. If not, I don't know. To my surprise, I had plenty of seed in that bag to fill up a seed roll. So I didn't have to spend any cash. Yep, sticking with soybean. Soybean usually doesn't yield that well, so might as well just stick with it. And we got a big enough trailer probably to make a trip down to this grain store and sell the grain in one trip. Should have plenty of fertilizer as well. If I don't, I got fertilizer in the spreader. I could always unload. Well, yeah, I can unload the spreader, but how do I get it? Yeah, see, I don't have a front loader to do that. Yep. I have to look into front loaders. The other thing I gotta think of is, I've been here for a while, been working kind of hard. Yeah, someone's showing up tomorrow to pick me up, and I probably could use a bath. Not that the bathtub is the greatest thing in that cabin. I suppose I could swim in the pond, but I'm using that as drinking water, so that's not a good idea either. I'll just have to take some water from the pond, boil it up to get it nice and warm, and take a bath in that tub. That does not sound pleasant, but I need to scrub myself down a little bit. Then I'll wash my clothes in there, because I only got one set of clothes apparently. I wonder if there's clothes in those suitcases in the upstairs of the cabin. Of course, first of all, there's got to be clothes, and two, I prefer them to be male clothes for men, and then three, they'd have to fit. Or I could just, like, after I get done with the bath, just take my clothes, dip them in the tub, and get most of the dirt off them. Let them dry overnight. So I suppose working on the farm tomorrow, whatever I'm doing, I'm probably going to get dirty. It looks like I'll finish seeding the fields here today, which is good. But I mean, I was going to spend my morning going around looking for a place to put another field, but I suppose, well, 10 o'clock, it does give me maybe an hour or so in the morning if I get up early to have a quick look around. I really need to start maybe thinking about cutting down some trees around here. I mean, I could earn some money that way. Some of these trees are in the way. I have all these feelings going through my body right now. I'm anxious, excited, nervous. Who's picking me up? Where are they taking me? And hopefully I don't get in a conversation to where I reveal that I don't know who I am or any of that kind of stuff. It's getting a little hard to see where I've been around here. Didn't expect I need to be turning on some lights back here, but those trees are shading the field just well enough I can't see the grooves. Well, also after the next harvest, I'll have to keep in mind, not only do I want to buy things, but I'm also going to have to make sure I leave myself enough cash to go ahead and buy more seed and fertilizer. And I don't have no lime for the field in front of the cabin, but that is a small field. I'm not going to worry about the lime too much. Although lime is not expensive, but I think I'll just have to wait and see how much cash these fields bring in after the harvest. But looks like I got enough fertilizer and seed to finish off this field here. And then I better have a good meal tonight and a good soak in the bathtub just for a little while. I mean, I don't smell that bad. At least I don't think so. A couple more passes and I can start my evening. I better get a good night's sleep as well. I don't want to be tired in the morning and fall asleep in the vehicle on the way over to the farm tomorrow. That'll be embarrassing. But not too bad for the farm for that wind turbine. That's bringing in a good amount of cash today. I was down to 94 bucks. But luckily I had enough seed to complete both of these fields. I don't have to buy any more bags, but I'm pretty sure next time I'll have to. But being able to buy some narrow tires for this vehicle and maybe a front loader with a pallet fork would be very good. Thankfully, the stores had that class tractor down there for us to use. And there we go. Turn that off. And actually, a pressure washer would be nice to have around the farm as well to make these vehicles a little bit cleaner, but it's nice to want things. Just can't afford them. Guess I'll have to park this in front of the harvester. And take out the hoses, detach. Let's go ahead and park this way. Let's turn off the light so the battery doesn't go dead on me. Yeah, so it's kind of good. I can use that as my grain trailer. And this one, I think I'm going to convert this trailer over to take pallets. I'm pretty sure our chickens are making some eggs, but not a whole bunch. Let's see, it's 6:30. Yeah, I'll run down and check on the chickens just to make sure they're okay. They should have plenty of food and everything, but better go down and just check on them because I may not have time in the morning and I don't know how long I'll be gone for. Let's see how things are going down here with the chickens. Well, I got a couple boxes of eggs. Well, their food is looking pretty darn good. Nope, can't count. Got 11 chickens. Well, 10 chickens and a rooster. But they look like they should be good for a couple more days anyways. So if I'm gone for a few days, they're okay. Well, time to get back to the cabin. I think I'll make dinner first, and then it'll be time for a bath, wash my clothes, and get a good night's sleep. I can see where I got some of the lime down where I spread it. I didn't go in the field. I kind of went on the edge of the field and got some of it on. But man, these weeds, it's going to kill the harvest a little bit. They're taking a lot of nutrients out of the ground from our soybeans. So apparently I planted soybeans everywhere. Maybe I can just store it all and sell it all at once. I'm not sure. But hopefully in a couple days we'll have enough cash. I can get some narrow tires for this so I can actually fertilize better. Maybe get enough cash to get a front loader for this. Probably not enough cash to get a weeder. Oh well. Well, I'm going to go have lunch. And try to think about tomorrow morning. But then again, not overthink it either.